What's up, guys? Hydra here. I wanted to make a video today covering some in-depth but simple ways to improve your sniping game, specifically things like centering, sniping techniques, and things of the such. So I basically want to explain essentially what centering in sniping is. To me, it is knowing where the center of your screen is and being able to get the headshot before you can even zoom in with your sniper scope, or making it easier on yourself and positioning your scope closer to the enemy's body or head before you even scope in. For example, like this. I predicted how that hunter jumped and made it easy on myself by just putting the center of my screen at his head level, and I pushed in and cleaned up the third for the clip. Okay, so centering specifically doesn't have to be quick scoping, but in a lot of cases it is. But you could be aiming down an alleyway and have your sniper scope specifically on their head when they come around the corner. Now, I guess an okay example of this would be this right here. I knew there was at least one guy down here. I couldn't make out the headshot on him, so I decided to body him. And in that whole time, I was practically just aiming down that alleyway, waiting for them to come into line of sight. Now, this clip is a perfect example of centering, because when this arrow that's about to come up on screen is going to represent where he's going to fall and where I predict he's going to fall, so I quick scope right about where he's going to come into my line of sight of my sniper scope. So, essentially, I can get the body off and push him, or he just dies from fall damage like a pro. So the second guy, nothing much, I'll talk about that in a later video, jump shots, that's just more of a luck thing. So, I get the two in doubles. I'm going to push through here. What I was talking about, alleyways, and looking through them with snipers, kind of about on head level, that's a perfect example. Although I did get flinched into it. You can kind of get what I'm talking about. And I know where they're going to spawn. And always be conscious of spawn points. So I immediately look to my right and look for the spawn, and sure enough, I get the second. So I'm going to sum up essentially what centering is and how you can do it in certain situations. Essentially, I hope you guys got what I was talking about, how you know where you're going to aim in before you even scope in, and it helps you greatly get headshots. Trust me. I use it all the time, and it's pretty much what sniping is based off of, especially where you need to get headshots for that one-shot kill. Okay, another thing I really wanted to talk about when sniping, or just playing in general, is playing smart with a sniper. For example, don't rush into their entire team trying to no-scope melee every single one of them. It's not going to work for you. And one way you can practice playing smart is, first of all, knowing spawns and kind of trying to predict where they're going to be coming from, identifying major choke points, and don't overuse your sniper. Try to use your primary a little bit more than the sniper. Don't be scavenging for special the entire game. So I'll try to explain further in depth in the rest of this video, but that's the rest of centering. I'm going to sum it up real quick. So notice how I am having my sniper out and kind of pulling the Stormcaller into this major choke point. I don't zoom in because I want to see my peripheral vision, but feel free to zoom in on that major choke point at the head level, because that's an easy headshot. In this clip, I know for a fact that there's two of them chasing me, so I make a turnaround with my teammates. I pick one off. I have a feeling one's going to be rushing from one of the sides with a shoddy or something, so I pick him off as well and look for the three and clean him up as well. So that second shot was all centering right there and knowing what side he was going to come from. Now on this clip, all I'm doing is literally just aiming down in one spot and flicking my shots at need. If they're a little bit off of my scope, I'll talk about flick shots and drag scopes in other videos, but I really want to cover the essentials first. I'm going to use this crappy gameplay to talk about a few things. In this gameplay and clip specifically, I'm not trying to show off, I'm just trying to help you guys out as much as possible. So, back to the clip. So this is a bottleneck right here. I pull this guy in to where I want to sight in on his head, at head level, and I pick him off. So, coming up here, what I'm doing, essentially, is making sure that my center of the screen is essentially on his head when I scope in or quick scope. That's essentially what centering is to me, and I hopefully can pass that on to you, and you're not going to get it right away. It all comes with practice. So I want to talk about a little bit about clutch rounds and playing smart with a sniper. Going back to what I was saying before. So this is a 1v1 situation in Trials of Osiris right now. If you can, play revives, but one thing I do want to stress enough is if you're playing 3v3 game modes that involve revives, you 100% want to make sure you're playing the revives safe and people are not baiting the revives. Now in this clip I pick off one with a snipe. I know there's a res somewhere around here, so I pick one off of the head glitch, body the last to go finish him, and I know I have teammates behind me, so I know that it's safe for me to do that. In this clip, I'm simply just challenging a choke point. I get a snipe off, I push in a little bit, get a second snipe off, and when I'm in this situation, I have the confidence to essentially push the last one and take him out with an arc bolt last word combo. That about sums up the whole video. I am most likely going to be doing a lot of these. If I could get some feedback, I'm not asking for likes or anything, I just want to see how well or terrible I'm explaining things, if I'm helping you guys, all of that. And just thank you for watching.
Double down. The enemy is making a comeback.